All right, last one. Number 27, f of x equals x minus 2 times x plus 15. The function f is defined by the given equation. For what value of x does f of x reach its minimum? Now, I just finished saying for number 26, if you have watched this video, if you're watching the full-length video, or if you just watched that previous individual video and saw what I said about 26, where I said usually in these upper numbers there's some kind of twist or some kind of trick. That's what threw me on this one, because I'm like, what's the trick? It's number 27, and they're just giving us a quadratic and saying, what's the minimum? There's no trick. It really is that straightforward. So, two ways you can do this. You can plug it into your graphing calculator, and then, wherever it ends up, you find the minimum, and then you say, what is the x value at that minimum? That's it. If you want to do this manually, the way you would do this, I go x minus 2 times x plus 15, and I would distribute this. So x times x is x squared, x times 15 is 15x, negative 2 times x is negative 2x, and negative 2 times 15 is negative 30. Combine those like terms, and we get x squared. 15x minus 2x is 13x minus 30. Once you have the equation in this format, the easiest way to find out where the maximum or minimum, it is a minimum in this case, is to use the formula for the axis of symmetry. That will give you the x value of that minimum, and that's all they want. They want the x value. The formula for that is negative b over 2a. When we say a, b, and c, we're talking about the coefficients in front of these. So the coefficient in front of the x squared, if any, is a, coefficient in front of the x is b, and the term that's by itself is c. And always make sure that you keep those signs with them. They do go with those coefficients. So here, negative b over 2a, the opposite of b over 2a. B is a positive 13, so the opposite of that would be negative 13. My a here is an invisible 1, so 2 times a is 2. And that's it. X is negative 13 halves. And you absolutely can put that in a decimal format. So it would be negative 6.5. Those are the two ways you can write it. Do not put it as a mixed numeral, because this is a student-produced response question. If you were to put this as negative 6 1/2 like that, you would get it wrong, because it's going to view it as like negative 61 halves. It's not an option. Don't do it that way. Be careful. So negative 13 halves or negative 6.5. Again, graph it or distribute and use negative b over 2a to get your x value. So just as a little reminder, the axis of symmetry is if you have a parabola, it's that line that goes straight through the middle of it and divides it into two symmetrical halves. And so it goes right through the vertex. So it's really good for finding when it says, like, what's the x value at the minimum, or what's the y value at the maximum? Once you find that axis of symmetry, that gives you the x value, and that's all they wanted here, so we're done. If you wanted the y, you would take that x value and plug it into the original equation, do the math, and that will give you the y value for the vertex. But yeah, that one was more straightforward than I would expect for a number 27 problem, but you have reached the end of this module. Congratulations. Hey guys, the full insanely comprehensive SAT math prep course I've been promising for so long is live right now at mathwithalyssa.com. And of course, you can also still get the free 10 video course on SAT tips and tricks at mathwithalyssa.com as well. You also can now book one-on-one tutoring sessions with me. Links to how you can do that are in the description and the pinned comment below. And as always, if the video you just watched was helpful or useful in any way, please let YouTube know. Comment, like, share, subscribe. You know the drill. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great day. See you later. Bye.